Dharma designed my career. Dharma is the ancient concept in Eastern spirituality of our life's purpose. It's the reason we exist. You can live a life of Dharma or a-Dharma. I don't know if I'm butchering that, but the only difference between those is a-Dharma is when we live against our purpose. We live in those loops of addictive cycles, distraction, doubt, and uncertainty. We forget that our lives have meaning and we've been put on here for a sacred purpose. Dharma is the opposite. It's a process of self-realization. You start off with self-awareness, this goes to self-knowledge and then to self-realization, and this is the idea of liberation or moksha. But to live your Dharma, you can't look to others, you can't look to the world, because the world can only tell you so much. I remember growing up, my parents encouraged me to go to grammar school, and then they told me that a degree was the best possible option. But little did they know that my life would go off in quite a random direction. From going to medical school and ending up in prison, I became aware that life happens to you and you have to choose how to respond. You don't react, you learn to take that space to understand, how is this happening for me? How is this lining me up with my true purpose? The younger I was and the more I learned this idea of Dharma, that each human being has a special mission, a special purpose on this planet, I started to see my life from a bird's eye lens. I started to see that I'd been sent to prison to understand the suffering that so many people in society go through, but that's unseen. The poverty and trauma that leads people into that life of disconnection, addiction, and despair. But over time, I couldn't see where that career was. I couldn't see the title or the degree to get or the qualifications. So I learned to just continue, learn to build on my presence, my understanding, my awareness, learn to live from a place of unconditional love and compassion. But not just for myself and for my people, for all beings. I learned to understand that we have a duty to all life on this planet, not just the life that we resonate with. And through that, Dharma just started to guide me. It was like a journey through the years where I would go from odd job to odd job, from business to business, setting things up, being successful in some areas and less successful in others, but each moment had a learning, a piece of knowledge that not only did I take away and use to get to where I am today, but I accepted it for what it was. I decided not to label it with judgment, but to look at it with love. And that's ultimately how you let Dharma design your career. You learn to just let go and accept what comes and surrender, but only with unconditional love in your heart.